Welcome back to Moving to Spain. I'm Chin, and the topic for today is Barcelona. Who should move here, who probably shouldn't, and how to decide with real-life filters instead of glossy postcards. Let's set the scene. Barcelona is a coastal capital of culture and design, where beach life collides with a dense urban grid and a serious public transport network. It's global, but has a strong local identity, a startup scene alongside classic industries and year-round festivals that spill into neighborhood plazas. The question isn't, is Barcelona beautiful? It obviously is. The question is, will Barcelona fit the way you live, work, study, and raise a family? I'm going to speak to 4 audiences, and you can try each one on like jackets. Audience A, remote professionals and founders. If your income comes from abroad, Barcelona offers a big city network, co-working everywhere, meetups in English and Spanish, and a time zone that plays nicely with Europe and parts of the US. You get beach runs before stand-ups and cafe culture that makes deep work feel civilized. Audience B, families with school-age kids. Public and concertada schooling emphasize Catalan and Spanish. International schools exist for continuity in English or IB. The parks, the Rambla-style promenades, and weekend train trips make family logistics feel doable, if you're okay with bilingual life. Audience C, students and early career creatives, engineers. If you're building a portfolio, Barcelona's design, tech, and film ecosystems are credible. You'll find internships, hackathons, and studios that actually answer emails, plus a city that feeds your eyes every time you step outside. Audience D, retirees and slow life seekers. If you want walkability, healthcare access, a metro you can actually use, and a calendar of concerts, galleries, and seaside strolls, Barcelona delivers. Your building choice matters: elevators, noise profile, and proximity to markets and healthcare. Flip the coin. Who should think twice? If you want the very top English-only corporate salaries, you may compare poorly to Madrid or London. If you dislike language learning, remember Catalan is part of daily life. If you're car-dependent with an older vehicle, the low-emission rules will make you grumpy. And if crowds drain you, understand that Barcelona is popular, for better and worse. Let's translate the market into practical lanes you can actually use on your search. Lane 1, beach-adjacent life. Barceloneta, Villa Olímpica, Poblenou, near the shore. You're paying for morning swims, boardwalk sunsets, and easy beach access. Expect summer crowds. Scout your street at night before you sign. Lane 2, creative tech corridor. Poblenou 20 tours and Sant Martí pockets, loft conversions, co-works, makerspaces, cafes that understand laptops. If you're building product or working hybrid, this lane makes sense. Lane 3, classic Eixample grid. Eixample left-right for the iconic chamfered corners, sunlight angles, and handsome facades. Think elevator buildings, interior patios, and a walkable radius to nearly everything, priced accordingly. Lane 4, village in the city, Gràcia, Sants, Poblenou, plazas, neighborhood bakeries, small theaters, and a slower rhythm. If you want a community feel but still reach the center in minutes, this lane is a sweet spot. Lane 5, hillside vistas. Horta Guinardó, parts of Sarrià Sant Gervasi, stairs, views, and quieter nights. Great for folks who trade some flat grid convenience for elevation and calm. Practical rules before you sign. Visit the block at 3 times. Morning school run, late afternoon, and late evening. Check building community rules, pets, quiet hours, short-let restrictions. Ask about cross-ventilation, insulation, and summer heat strategy. Validate storage, bikes, boards, strollers. Know your commute cap. 15 minutes by metro or 20 by bike. If a viewing breaks the rule, skip it. Barcelona schooling is a fork. Local, public, concertada versus international. The decision tree is simple. Curriculum continuity. Are you mid, GCSE, IB, OAP? International might save headaches. Younger kids often adapt beautifully in local routes. Language comfort. Local schools integrate Catalan and Spanish. International routes emphasize English plus other languages. Commute time. A perfect school across the city becomes imperfect when you're sprinting to morning lines. Total cost. International schools add tuition, uniforms, transport. Local routes are lower cost, but require language buy-in. What to ask on tours. Language distribution by stage and subject. Support for newcomers with little Catalan or Spanish. Extracurriculars, transport options, and lunch systems. How often families participate in the AMPA, Parent Association, and what that looks like. Mindset for families. Commit early to language learning as a family project. Celebrate small wins. Ordering at the bakery, chatting with the porter, understanding a school notice without translation. Barcelona is friendly when you lean in. If you're remote, map your working hours to Barcelona's clock. If you're on late US shifts, prioritize morning light and good sound isolation. Choose a building with reliable internet infrastructure. Tour co-works before committing. The vibe matters for productivity. If you're local, Spanish helps, Catalan helps more, especially for public-facing roles. Calibrate salary expectations to the city, not to London or the Bay Area. Build a triangle. Co-work or meet-up community, one mentor, and one shipping habit. Something you publish every week that builds your credibility. If you're founding, 22 SIRs and peer-style hubs make intros easier than you'd expect. Barcelona rewards people who show up consistently. Demo nights, design reviews, language exchanges. Ship, meet, follow up, repeat. Red flags. Banking on English-only roles without a niche, overestimating salary bands, assuming visas sort themselves out, ignoring the low-emission rules if you plan to commute by car. Your first 30-day experiment, no car. Get a monthly pass, learn 2 metro lines and 1 bus route you can trust, and add bike share or your own bike. Barcelona works best when you anchor your life to a few efficient corridors. Airport logic. Metro, suburban rail, and buses connect to El Prat. If you fly often, choose a home base that keeps your airport transfer simple, even if it costs a little more. Time is a currency. Bike reality, helmet, lock, and bright lights. Test your route at night. Avoid complicated intersections until you're confident. If you're carrying laptops, invest in a comfy backpack or panniers and a rain plan. Errand strategy. Pick a weekly market for big shops and a nearby supermercado for top-ups. Find your neighborhood pharmacist. They become your first line for minor issues, and they often speak multiple languages. Summer game plan. Blinds, cross-ventilation, fans, and, if needed, AC. Shift your day earlier and later. Embrace the long evening walks. Hydration is a habit, not a heroic act. Rain event checklist. Ask about building drainage, street level, and any history of puddling near the entrance. A gorgeous first floor on a narrow lane can surprise you during heavy rain. Crowd management. Barcelona is loved by the world. That's part of the offer. Learn off-peak windows for your favorite beaches and museums. Keep a personal map of quiet streets that parallel the busy ones. If the Gothic Quarter is at max volume, 2 streets over can be a different city. Noise sanity. Check windows, door seals, and neighbor habits. If you compose, record, or take frequent calls, interior patio units can be a lifesaver. Just verify natural light. Mistake 1. Signing a lease too fast. Watch the block at 3 times of day. Ask a neighbor if weekend noise is different from weekdays. Mistake 2. Underestimating language. Even if your job is in English, daily life loves Spanish and Catalan. 2 months of classes beat 2 years of avoidance. Make it a family challenge. Mistake 3. Overbuying early. Live 1 full season before purchasing property or a car. Your mental map of the city will flip after a few months. Mistake 4. Ignoring your commute cap. A deal that costs you 45 minutes each way is not a deal. Protect your attention and your legs. Who should wait? English-only climbers chasing the absolute top corporate comp. Families who want English-only public schooling without the budget for international. Drivers committed to older, high-emission cars who refuse to adapt. People who find crowds emotionally draining and won't adopt strategies to cope. Your pre-move checklist. Income plan with a 3-month buffer. Neighborhood shortlist with 2 backups. School route chosen. Documents organized. Tour dates on the calendar. Health setup. Empadronamiento plan. And either public registration or private coverage ready. Transport plan, monthly pass, bike share or bike, airport route rehearsed. Apartment due diligence, ventilation, insulation, community rules, storage, and noise profile. 7-day landing plan, day 1-2, empadronamiento steps, SIM card, transport pass, neighborhood walk to map essentials. Day 3-4, school or language school visits. Meet your pharmacist, test 2 commuting routes. Day 5, co-work tour or local meetup. Introduce yourself to a neighbor or porter. Day 6, market day plus bulk shop. Set up a weekly rhythm for groceries and laundry. Day 7, beach morning or park picnic. Write a short reflection about what already works and what needs adjusting. Quality of life ritual. Anchor 1 weekly habit. Sunday boardwalk cycle, Tuesday language exchange, Friday gallery hour. Small, repeatable joys are the real relocation multiplier. Thank you for listening. If you found this information helpful today, make sure to give us a like, comment what you would like to hear next, and subscribe so that you don't miss anything. Until next time.